Chairman, if you allow the clerk to do a roll call quickly.
Chairman McLaughlin,
Yes. Can you hear me?
yes. Vice Chair Coulson,
Here.
Commissioner Albright,
Yes.
Commissioner Fitzpatrick,
Chairman, if you allow the clerk to do a roll call quickly.
We hear you, Scott. The echo. Okay, continue.
Commissioner Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Floyd Huggins,
Yes.
Commissioner Nunley,
Yes.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yes.
Commissioner Perkins Williams.
Yeah.
Everyone is present.
Thank you. I believe at this time, we have Commissioner White to make a statement.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to accept the proposed tax settlement between the county and Patheon.
We have a second.
Commissioner Fitzpatrick's hand is up.
Yes.
Commissioner Fitzpatrick.
I would like to second that motion.
Okay. That's been moved and properly second. Madam Clerk.
Chairman McLaughlin,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Coulson,
Yes.
Commissioner Albright,
Yes.
Commissioner Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Floyd Huggins,
Yes.
Commissioner Nunley,
Yes.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yes.
Commissioner Perkins Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. Commissioner White, I think you have another statement.
Yes, sir. I would also like to make a motion to approve the closed session minutes from April 20th, 2020.
And Commissioner Fitzpatrick's hand is up.
Commissioner Fitzpatrick.
I would like to second Commissioner White's motion.
Okay, very good. Has been moved and properly second. Madam Clerk.
Chairman McLaughlin,
Yes.
Vice Chair Coulson,
Yes.
Commissioner Albright,
Yes.
Commissioner Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Floyd Huggins,
Yes.
Commissioner Nunley,
Yes.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yes.
Commissioner Perkins Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. I think that concludes the items for closed session. Now we do have the commissioner's comment. Please allow me to thank all of you, my fellow commissioners, for your vote of good conscience, allowing racism, declaring racism a public health crisis. I believe, as many of you do, that racism anywhere is a threat to the human race everywhere. So thank you for making real the promise that Pitt County continues to be a leader in the state and the best in the East. Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Vice Chairman Coulson,
Well, I don't want to drag this out too much, but I think we had a very serious mistake earlier. When I posed the question as to whether or not we can ignore somebody that has their hand raised and have a vote and then have them make a comment after a vote's already been made. I think that is a serious breach of ethics. I think it was inadvertent. I think it happened because of this virtual environment that we're in. But when it's called out that there is a problem, I think the vote should cease. I think that other person or persons should be allowed to speak, and then go back and start the vote all over again, because they may say something that changes somebody's mind. And so I don't want to belabor this any more than I think it's due. But this is a slippery slope, and it's a precedence that we have just set.
Commissioner Albright? Commissioner Albright, did you have any comments?
I hear none.
I'm trying to comment.
We got
Okay,
you.
we can hear you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm starting over. Thank you. I'm trying to thank our attorney for clarity on what our powers are in regards to the farmers market and masking. And I want to apologize to the vendors and especially to the staff of the farmers market for jumping the gun a little with my motion. I also apologize to the county manager. I very much appreciate his comment that we should have incorporated opinions from those vendors and the staff. And I look forward to hearing at our next meeting a report from a meeting or a conversation between vendors and staff on how we might move towards a 100% of all our vendors being masked. And again, I'm sorry, Scott, for having brought that up.
Thank you.
No problem.
Commissioner Fitzpatrick?
No comment.
Commissioner Floyd Huggins?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, first of all, I want to echo what you said on the racism resolution. So I agree wholeheartedly with what you said. I do have two reports that I would like to give brief reports on, and that is the Trillion Central Regional Advisory Board, which I represent the county on, along with Deborah Herring. We, of course, you know, we are meeting virtually. Well, we're not meeting virtually. We are having a call-in meeting. So it came to our attention at our meeting on July 28th that the call-in number may not be known by our citizens. So I would like to give that number so that citizens can call in any information or be on the public address time period. And that call-in number is, of course, 1-415-650-0001. So that is the call-in number that that citizens may call in to the meeting of the Central Regional Advisory Board meeting. I also want to say that we had an election, and we re-elected the same chair and vice chair, Jerry Langley from Commissioner Jerry Langley from Beaufort County, I believe, and as chair and vice chair Deborah Herring from Pitt County. So I want to report those two items from that meeting. I also attended the virtual meeting of NACO. So if, Mr. Chairman, if I may give you just a brief report on that. That was election time also. We elected Gary Moore from Kentucky as the new NACO president. And for second vice president, Denise Winfrey from Will County, Illinois. That was going to be a contested race, but because the other candidate lost her election, it meant that we just had one candidate for second vice chair, and she was elected by acclamation and all. So the other item that we voted on was the bylaws changes, and we had 11 of those changes. We, I believe there was, at the convention meeting, or whatever, there were like 2,206 votes cast. The NACO continues to, that we motto to be, we are a county campaign. And so some of the things that were discussed was that NACO feels strongly about counties restoring the partnership, and that's the House Bill 3883, which would stop and slow up unmandated programs. Of course, we continue to support broadband across the counties. Also, we had a report from NASA, showed us pictures of the spaceship, and we continue to ask counties to partner with NASA to invest in STEM programs. So I believe that was kind of sum up my report rather from the NACO meeting. Of course, there are a series of webinars that are coming up that we all can sign up for. Now, I would like to ask the manager or Mike a question, because we had some disagreements, or had some questions rather, about allowing people to speak and not seeing the raised hand or whatever, hands being left up after the vote continue. Would it help if we commissioners would lower our hands after, if we don't want to speak on the issue again? Say if I plan to second a motion and somebody before me second that motion, my hand is still up. Is it possible that we could lower our own hand, and that would take us out of the line to be called on or not to be called on? Is that possible? Would it make it flow better?
Commissioner Huggins, this is the manager. Once I see a hand goes up, I jot the name down, and I don't know whether you're putting that hand down or whether our PIO office is putting it down. So normally I think probably the best course of action is just to call the names as they appear there to make sure that everybody's called upon, because I can't tell if you've taken it down or the county back in our control room is taking it down. And then let the chairman, then I guess if we call upon you and if you don't want to speak, then let you decline. Unless
Okay.
if the board wants to go a different direction, obviously we'll comply with that.
Okay, I just thought, because it seemed to be, kind of getting contentious a little bit. I'm finished. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Commissioner Nunley,
Thank you. No comment.
Commissioner Ward,
No comment.
Commissioner White,
No comment.
Commissioner Perkins Williams,
I'd like to remind everyone in the Pactolus area that Triumph Missionary Baptist Church and Vina is hosting a testing site. There may be some food on. I'm still working on that. But Triumph was selected because it's availability of space and parking. So everyone can attend the Triumph COVID testing site on August the 15th, which is a Saturday. So it's free for everyone, and Binance is handling everything. So thank you so much. And that give those, because Clark Next is about 15, 20 miles, depending on what route you take from the city of Greenville. So please share it with everybody and get a test if you'd like to. Thank you very much.
Okay, that concludes the comments, Madam Clerk.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Nunley's hand up. I'm not sure if you wanted to make a statement.
Okay, Commissioner Nunley.
Mr. Chair, just move that we adjourn.
Okay, it's been moved that we adjourn. Did we get a second?
Commissioner Perkins Williams.
Commissioner Pecker Williams.
I moved, I second it.
Okay, it's been moved and properly seconded that we stand adjourned. Thank you and have a good day. Good now adjourned.